into the fight, shining a light where the shadows creep, for the lost, the stolen, the ones who will weep. She won't turn away, she won't back down, even when the loony clowns come round. Threats don't shake her, lies don't win. She stands for justice, right till the end. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. Some chase fame, some chase views, but she fights for those with nothing to lose. For the kids who vanish without a trace, she won't stop till she cracks the case. They try to silence, they try to scare, but truth don't break and she's still there, calling out monsters, showing their game. Justice comes when you speak their name. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook stream, she'll fight for you. So if you're lost or need a voice, kids stand strong, she makes the choice. For victims gone, for those in need, she's fighting hard, she won't concede. Want the truth, want the best, wanna be safe as you chat. Find kids true crime, it's worth your time. She's got your back, she's on the line. YouTube, Twitter, TikTok too, Facebook streams, she'll fight for you. At the end of the day, this is all we have to say. Fight for them, always have her back. We will take you right in the sack.
Yes. Good morning, Misty. How you doing? Good morning, chat. Good morning, people in the bushes. How you doing? Hello, people on the replay. Okay, so here we go. Today is jury selection for Lori Vallow and Karen Reed. So what we'll do first to get it out of the way, because they're not televising Karen Reed's jury selection either. Okay. But before we start, we're going to go here real quick. I just want people to know that because of some evil people on the internet, I lost my monetization. So my can't we think Cash App links there. But also, hold on. Here's my new channel, just in case, people. I'll put the link in there again. You never know. You never know. Hey, sis. Hi, how you doing? Happy you're here. Very happy. Okay, so that's that. And let's go here real quick. I want to get this out of the way. Okay, we're not going to discuss it again. But I just want people to know what's going on, where I'm at, and what can happen. Okay, so here's my Patreon. Patreon is where I am putting in the process of putting everything I ever did of Wade Wilson. on there, and things that I don't know, maybe some lives over there. We'll see how it all works out. Like I'm gonna put my what are they called? Documents I got from the prison in Lee County Jail over there too. All right, so let's get that out of the way. That out of the way. What else? There I am. Now we're gonna get that out of the way. Yeah, I'm talking to myself, people. All right, I think I got everything together. Oh, and I wanna say a few things. You people are nuts out there. I have never called that man. That man's never called me. Nobody has my number. You dummies. You people are so stupid. You guys would rather believe a lie. I've never talked to him on the phone. No inmate would ever get my phone number unless they were my friend. And the one that I talked to out there in Florida, like I told you fools, is Todd. It was either Todd or Trina. And it was Todd that called, you fools. God, I can't believe these people. They need help. They're dangerous people. They are not normal people. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look at jury questions. I couldn't find the jury questions for Lori. I don't know if Nate Eaton went through it or not. I'm not 100%, but here's Karen Reed. Woo! All right. It is alleged that on January 29, 2022, while intoxicated and operating her motor vehicle in Cap, Missouri, the defendant, Karen Reed, unalived her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, an off-duty Boston police officer. Is there anything about the description of the case and charges or the victim was an officer, an off-duty police officer that causes you to believe that you cannot be fair and impartial in the case? That's a question. Number two, do you have opinions regarding previous experiences as a juror? Oh my God, that is funny they asked that question. The fairness of the jury system or criminal justice system in our country that would impair your ability to be fair and impartial to both the Commonwealth and to the defendant. Okay, let me tell you something funny. Have you been on a previous juror? What is funny is that a lady, a new attorney that signed on Karen Reed's team, used to be a juror in her case, the first trial. Oh my God, that's funny. She was an alternative juror. Number three, do you have any religious or philosophical beliefs that would make it difficult for you to follow the law and come to a verdict in this case? Everybody's so quiet today. All right. Reports about the case have been publicized in the media. Do you think you have read, seen, heard, or discussed anything about the case in any source? 5. The case is expected to garner a significant amount of media attention. Is there anything about the high-profile nature of this case that would prevent you from serving a fair and impartial jury? Number 6. Have you already started to make up your mind? What a stupid question. 7. Do you or your family members, close friends, reside or conduct regular business in Canton? 8. Is there any reason you would be unable to follow an instruction that during your jury service you may not read any news media accounts about this case, watch or listen to any media, news, broadcast, commentary about the case, discuss the case with anybody, research or look at the case on the internet, or perform independent research? Is there any reason that you would be unable to follow instructions that during your jury service, you may not read, write, view any social media, articles, posts, videos, podcasts, or non-traditional media platforms? 10. Is there any reason that if you are exposed to an outside influence or media about the case, you would be unable to follow an instruction that you must report an exposure to the court officer? 11. Would you automatically believe or disbelieve law enforcement, firefighters, first responders simply because of their operation? Yeah, I won't believe law enforcement out there. I could tell you that much. maybe even the first responders too, within the Karen Reed trial, I must say. 12. Do you have a strong personal belief? Or have you been exposed to any strong personal beliefs from friends or family or relatives, whatever, in law enforcement, officers, prosecutors, or the government? 13. Have you ever been involved in a group, community, individual activity such as march, demonstration, financial I don't mean to laugh. As a march, demonstration, or financial contribution showing support for law enforcement in or outside your own community. They put that in there on purpose. They put that in there. All right, here we go. There's a page 2. Let me get it, bring it up. Hi, Patty. How you doing? Happy you're here. Happy you're here. All right, let's go to page 2. And as soon as I know what Lori's jury questions are, I will pull it up. But right now, this is just Karen Reed. All right. Ooh. Ooh. All right, here we go. Have you ever been involved in a group community? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Is that the same question? Oh, in their own community. The same thing. Have you ever been involved with a group, community, or individual activity, such as a march, demonstration, or financial contribution that was critical of police or law enforcement in or outside your own community? 15. Have you or someone close to you ever had education, training, or work experience in any other fields? Law enforcement, military, alcohol, drug abuse, domestic violence. 16. Do you have any strong beliefs, or have you been exposed to any strong beliefs from friends or families about the operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol? 17. Have you been involved in a group, organization, participated in a march, demonstration, campaign, or donated money on behalf of an organization, or cause that was against driving under the influence of drugs, such as Students Against Drunk Driving or Mad Mothers Against Drunk Driving? 18. Has anyone close to you ever been involved in an accident involving drinking or driving? If so, would that experience prevent you from being fair or impartial? 19. Have you ever been involved, or anyone close to you been involved in a witness or motor vehicle accident? 20. Is there anything about the Crafts reconstruction testimony that would make it difficult for you to be fair and impartial in the case? What kind of question is that? That's a weird question. 21. See, they're talking. Never mind. 21. Have you or a family member or close friend been involved in a domestic violence relationship that featured physical, mental, or verbal abuse? 22. Have you ever been a victim of a violent crime? 23. During trial, you will be hearing about medical treatment, death, and review graphic autopsy photos. Will that affect your ability to participate and be a fair and impartial juror? 24. You may find it difficult, or you may find the defendant guilty based on the circumstances of evidence, but you cannot find a defendant built on speculation, guesswork, or surmise. Is it difficult for you to understand the difference between circumstantial evidence and speculation, guesswork, or surmise? 25. Do you believe Karen Reed should prove her innocence? 26. If the defendant doesn't testify, do you think she is guilty or hiding something? 27. Do you know or recognize anyone you have seen today in the courthouse? Oh, come on, jury pool. That's funny. 28. Would your answer to any of the above questions be embarrassing or damaging if disclosed publicly? Would disclose infringe on your privacy? 29. Do you have any concerns about your personal privacy due to the presence of video cameras in the courtroom or highly publicized nature of the case? So there's that. Okay, my good peoples. Hold on. Hope everyone is well today. Me too. Have a good day. Okay, we're going to get to Lori Vallow. This is after Charles was shot. Hold on. I got to pull it up. Oh, I got the wrong playlist pulled up. Oops. Oh, God, my poor stomach. Yikes. Oh, my God, hold on. Oh, my God, what is going on with me? All right, here we go. Here is Lori's interview after Charles was shot.
And then I'll just be easier soon. Yeah, you guys.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll fix using the other one, because it'll be a Brendan's and a monitor for him.
Okay, so just run it this way.
Okay.
If there's anything, but, yeah.
Perfect.
no problem.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. You know what, I have a suggestion. You go back to school, I try to talk to the teachers, but in high school, I don't care. They're like, you're not here to do the work, or don't, like, they don't care.
Well, and I
So,
think with high school, it's like, they're just pumping.
But
this-
when she was in elementary and junior high, all the teachers worked with her. They were nice about it. But by high school, there's so many kids that just don't care. And I was like, just take it. You're so smart. But just take it. See if you pass it. She passed it.
And
Like,
got a really good score.
yeah, she passed it with like college ready in every category the first time.
Well, and now she can do what she wants, so
Exactly.
she's better off that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I know Laura's your first name, right? Lauri.
Lori.
Okay. And then what's your last name?
Vallow. Vallow.
And your date of birth? And your phone number?
Her birthday's in June.
And you live at the house, right? Okay. Okay, I know this sounds silly, but it's probably the easiest way to start, is just to tell me what happened. And then, so you can start what makes the most sense to you, and we'll just work our way through, and I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions just to kind of clarify.
Sure.
So I know you talked to the initial patrol officer.
And he just got information. If he knows
Okay.
anything.
So yeah, if you can just kind of tell me kind of what happened. It sounds like some of this may have started last night or something along those lines. So
Right.
start where you think it makes the most sense.
Okay. So, I
I told you, it's a great question.
Well, so we moved into this house 3 weeks ago because he offered to get me a house here where all my family is. So we were in Houston. And so he's like, we had decided to separate or whatever. So he's like, well, I'll pay for a house for you and for JJ and whatever, because he's all about JJ. He's never about Tyler, but he's all about JJ. Because we adopted him together. He's his great nephew. We adopted him as a baby. And so we adopted him as a baby, and so we've been raising him together. And he travels all the time for business, so he's used to just going back and forth. So he's always gone like Monday through Friday. So he came when we first moved in and brought me stuff from Houston, like a U-Haul, and then he hasn't been back. But it's all these threats on my phone all the time, you know, like whatever, all these things. And then he told me,
What kind of threats?
just, you have to read them to see, but he's always mad at me, right? And he doesn't want to divorce. I don't like him and don't want to deal with him, so that's just how it is. Like, so we married for 14 years, we dealt with it for 14 years, and him being horrible to her. Like, he gets in huge fights with her, a lot of things. But anyway, so he said, I'm coming Wednesday night, all of a sudden. I want to see JJ. I told him, I said, I will never keep JJ from you. You can come see him whenever you want to, come take him to school, whatever. Like, I'm not going to do that.
So when you initially moved, he had said he was gonna buy you a house, so you moved here with your
Yeah, he was
business.
going to rent us a house.
And so we moved.
All my family lives here. So
Right.
we lived here for a long time.
Okay.
And then he moved us to Houston.
Okay.
And we were there with my son. He was out of school. He didn't have any of his like services, his DDD, his
Yeah.
anything. He like ripped him out of school and said, we're moving.
Okay.
And I didn't go with him at first. And he took him. And I let him take him.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't file anything or whatever. And then he filed something against me and said, I'm only going to get supervised visits because I'm crazy and blah, 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 you know, the story. And so I just didn't talk to him for like 30 days and let him take care of him and let him see what I've been doing for the past 7 years, because men need to do that. You know, I have 5 kids, I have grown kids, I have grandkids.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you're going to threaten me that you're not going to let me see my child without supervised visitation?
Yeah.
Okay, do it for 30 days and see how long it lasts. You were
Right.
begging me to come pick him up.
Yeah.
Which he did. Just like, come back and whatever. So I moved in with them to Houston for the family, you know, and Tyler went with me. We drove to Houston from here and left all our family and all his support, all my son's support, like his cousins, everything. And we were there. And I enrolled him in school there. I tried to start all his services, and it takes forever.
Yeah.
You know, it takes so long to get that done.
There's no easy transferring.
There's no easy transfer.
You start from the
State to
beginning.
state, it's a totally new thing.
Yeah.
And he didn't do any of it in those 30 days. So he just had gone without services, without even applying. And I'm like, do you even realize? Because he didn't ever do it in the first place. I did it. Long story. I'll keep it short. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks since we moved in.
Okay.
He came. He was very nasty when he was there, but he travels for business. So he went back to the Houston house,
Okay.
and he's like, I'm coming on Wednesday night, and I'm going to come pick up JJ and take him to school Thursday, pick him up Thursday, take him Friday, whatever. And I said, Casey wanted to come to the house. And I said, you can't come stay at this house because you can't get along with Kylie. She's a minor. She has to live here.
Yeah.
So because he gets in huge fights up there,
Okay.
and she hates him. And so I'm like, you can't stay at the house, so I will book you a hotel, because he stays in hotels all the time because he travels for business, and the business pays for it, right?
Uh-huh.
So I said, I will book you a hotel nearby.
What does he do?
He works with teachers in their retirement plans, but he goes to them at their school. He
Okay.
mostly works in California,
Okay.
no matter where we live. And we lived in Hawaii. He'd work in California. He'd work in Texas. He has like books of business in different areas. And so he just goes wherever.
Okay.
It kind of just gives him freedom. He doesn't have to stay home every day and take care of special needs.
Yeah.
Second excuse, right? So I've done that myself for the last 7 years. And I was a single mom before I married him with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
And he had 2 kids. We got married, tried to make a family. You know, all those. Anyway. So he said he was coming last night. I said, well, you can't stay at this house because you can't get along with Kylie. I'll get you a hotel. You can come play with JJ. But he goes to school all day.
Yeah.
I got him back into his school. His services, I met with the DDD yesterday, and they finally are getting his services back. But we're paying $125 a day to have him back at school because he's so out of his routine. He's been a nightmare on the floor, kicking stuff, hitting stuff, walls. Like, he just ripped him out of his life.
Yeah.
So, anyway, just how he is because he only thinks about himself. So. He says, come in and get JJ. And JJ's like, I don't want Dad, because he knows Dad took him away. So he was freaking out, right? So I didn't tell him he was even coming. Like, Dad's going to come take you to school, I think. So he didn't bother me last night, which I was surprised. I was expecting kind of an ambush for him to kind of like come over or be just mean.
Uh-huh.
And say, that's my house. I'm on the lease. I'm going to stay here, kind of thing. Because that's kind of his macho attitude. And so he came this morning. I was getting JJ ready.
So he got in last night, but he wasn't at the house last night.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him. Except for he texted me and said, I'll be there at 7:30 to pick up JJ.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, that was good. Didn't hear from him. And then he came over in the morning and he's like banging on the door. I'm like, oh great, here we go, you know. And I was just gonna be nice. I'm just gonna be nice as possible. And I had JJ stuff all ready for school. And so
Do you remember about what time he got there?
he said he'd be there 7:30, but it was more like 7:40ish
Okay.
or 7:35. I don't know.
Okay.
But I remember thinking, looking at the clock, and he wasn't there at 7:30, and he's usually Mr.
Yeah.
On
Punctual.
time. Yes. So I was like, okay. And then JJ was like, oh, Dad. And then he was like, Mommy, like ran to me and was like holding me. He's like, you're not taking me to school. And I was like, it's okay, Dad, I can just drive you to school. It's no big deal. You know, just trying to make it whatever.
Calm.
Yeah, calm. And then he was just being real smirky and real like jerky, you know, to me. And I was like ignoring him, whatever. And so he was like, I'm
Your brother lives there with you?
no,
Okay.
he had stayed with me last night because I was worried he was going to come over and
Okay.
cause trouble with me.
Okay.
And just wanted someone else there, like my brother there, because I trust my brother. And it's been a long story. Like, I had to go live at my brother's when he took JJ, and, you know, he's just been difficult. So, anyway. So I got JJ stuff ready. And he was like, well, and he's like this about timing. He's like, I'm leaving in 20 minutes because it's like 15 minutes at school, and like you can't get there early. They don't open the gates until 8:20 or something like that. And I said, well, why don't you just go now? I don't want him in the house. I'm like, why don't you just go now and take him to Burger King because that's what he likes for breakfast. And he's very particular about food. Like, he wanted chicken fries for breakfast and this bread. Like, and I just can't believe he wants because if you don't know what he wants, and it's like on the floor screaming, dragging him into school. Like, and he's big and he's heavy and it was hard for me to handle that. Anyway, so I said, just go. And so he said, okay. So I gave him a backpack. He got in the car. This is his MO, right? He always leaves something in the house and comes back. He never leaves the first time. I always expect my husband to come back into the house, right? So I guess he had left his phone on the counter.
So he initially left
Look at what she's doing. This is someone that ain't sad. This is someone trying. Look at what she's doing here. Talking so many bad things about him, pointing out so many things. I wouldn't be able to talk. Even if it was my ex, it would be really, very, very hard.
Up with the backpack and with JJ?
And so he put them in the car,
Okay.
in the driveway, and then he came back in. Right? So I kissed JJ goodbye. He came back in, and his phone was on the counter, and I had his phone. And he was like, give me my phone. And I was like, why don't you show me your text that you've been texting, blah, 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 you know, whatever. Because he's like acting really weird, like he's plotting something against me. Like, I'm like, why are you even here? Like, what did you come here for? You know, he's been talking to my other brother, and my brother came into town at the same time last night. And I haven't talked to my brother in a while, my other brother. And I was like, and so he was texting him on the phone when he first got to my house. And I'm like, why are you texting Adam? Like, do you even talk to him? Like my other brother. And, you know, he's been telling me all these texts, like, you're going down, blah, 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 blah. He's blaming me for our marriage breaking up and my niece getting divorced and my friend getting divorced. He said, I'm a destroyer of families because I want everybody to get divorced. I'm like, what would my motivation be for people getting divorced? So I could babysit the kids more? Like, why would I have any control over what people do?
Yeah.
So it's just very odd. But anyway, he goes nuts. He's gone nuts on us a lot of times. Ted and I have had to leave with JJ over the years, probably 5 times, and just stay in a hotel for 2 days because he goes nuts. Like, you don't know what's going to set him off. Like, whatever. And she's mad at me for always, like, going back. But we had JJ, and he's special needs, and it's really hard. Like, it's even harder to get revenge.
So when you say he goes nuts, that can mean a lot of different things.
Right.
So goes nuts like yelling and screaming.
Yeah,
goes
yelling
nuts
and screaming,
like breaking
like,
things.
yes.
Goes nuts like physical violence.
He's never really, besides, like, grabbing us and pushing us, but not, like, punching us or something. But with Tylee, he has gotten physical before. And with my grown son.
Like physical how?
Like, got into a physical fist fight with my son when he was 16.
Okay.
And he came after Tylee 2 times in Hawaii.
Okay.
And, like, went like he was going to hit her, but then I got in between them.
Uh-huh.
Right.
How old was she when that happened?
Probably 13 and 14.
Okay. So this morning he comes back in and...
He comes back in, I went give him his phone, he was screaming at me to give him his phone. He was very worried about whatever was on his text that he did not want me to see. And so I was just holding it there, and he was screaming at me. And I was kind of walking towards around the house with it, so he couldn't get it. He's like reaching for it and stuff like that. And so Tylee came out of her room, upset, and she had a bat. And she told him to leave her mother alone, like, right? So she was really, whatever. And he's screaming at her, don't you hit me with that bat, blah, blah, blah. And then my brother heard all the commotion because he was in there in bed. And so he came out into the main room and I guess whatever.
What's your brother's name?
Alex.
Alex, okay.
And then he just started, he was screaming and he was super upset and whatever. And he was yelling at Tylee, don't you hit me with that bat, and blah, blah, blah. And so Tylee, I guess, I don't know if she swung at him or what, but he like grabbed the bat from Tylee and then went to like hit Tylee with the bat. It was, and I was right there, they were right there, and my brother grabbed him from behind, like just to stop him from hitting Tylee.
You go like this, like he grabbed him like...
Yeah, from behind, like just kind of to pull him back. And then they got into the thing, he's hitting him with the bat, and they're on the ground, like grappling around or whatever. And then, I mean, it was all quickly.
And he hit your brother with the bat while they were grappling and stuff?
Yeah, yes, he was hitting him with the bat, like swinging the bat, you know, back and forth.
If Charles would have been swinging that bat at him, Alex would have not got up. Charles was a professional baseball player. He was in the minor leagues. So this is a bunch of crap. And I know from life experience that if you get hit in the head with a bat, you're going down. You're going to be bloody. You're going to be taken away in the ambulance. But not Alex. Oh, no. He got a little scratch on his head. He got a little boo-boo.
And they were kind of like on the ground. I was like freaking out trying to go around, knowing JJ was in the car.
Yeah.
Right? And so then he got up and he had the bat like this towards me, and I was going around the other side to try to just get out of his range where he couldn't hit me. And then I had told Tylee, because she was on the ground, because after he took the bat from her, she fell back. And so I told her, I was like, go get in the car with JJ. Like, I don't want JJ coming in to the house, and I wanted her out of the way. I wanted the kids out of the way, whatever this fight was going to be. And then,
Do you remember what your husband or your brother were saying or yelling during all of this? If they were at all?
just kind of, get off me, ow, or whatever. They were like, don't talk to my niece,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, it was, I don't remember specifics, but they were kind of in the heat of it. I don't think there was many words that I remember.
So Tylee goes outside.
Yeah, she was outside,
And then what happened?
then they got up from that, and my brother had stepped back, I guess, and then Charles was coming with me at the back, yelling at me to give him his phone still, because I had it in my hand. It was all really quickly, and then when I went around kind of in the circle, then my brother was there.
When you said when you were going around.
Okay, I don't mean to stop again, but in case people don't know or can't remember, what's really sad about this and how Chandler failed once again, instead of having them separately come to be interviewed, they didn't separate them. They all arrived together, you guys. They arrived together. Yeah.
And he was coming at you with the bat. How was he holding the bat?
Just like that, backwards.
Like he was swinging it backwards? He would have been
Like he would have swung it backwards at me, not frontwards.
Okay, yeah.
He was a professional baseball player.
Okay.
So it wasn't a good idea for Charlie to get on that.
Probably not the.
I mean, he played semi-pro when he was young. But, yeah, and then I was kind of turned around, and we were all right there in that room, except for the kids had been outside by that time, and I heard the gunshot. And
so you heard the shot? Did you actually see the shot, or did you just hear it?
I had gone around to the kitchen to get away from him, and so back around. So I don't know if he went in the house.
I didn't, so I'm a little bit of a disadvantage.
Yeah, so I didn't see the shot. I heard it, and then I came back around and I saw that he was on the ground, and I was freaking out.
Yeah.
And so I was just freaking out, and I just went into mom mode. I'm like, I've got to go to JJ's school. I've got to get to the kids. I just felt like I got to get to the kids. And so I just went outside and to see if they were in there. Okay, I didn't want them coming back in the house when all that's going on, and got JJ in the car. He was trying to come in, and Tylee was looking at me with the crazy eyes, what just happened. And I told her to get in the car and we're going to take JJ to school. And I just left.
When you came back in and you saw him on the ground, where was your brother? Did you see him where he was at?
Yeah, he was right in front of him.
Okay.
It all happened very quickly. I feel like I was there because I was right there in a second.
All right. I'm also going to say this also. According to phone records, Alex called her after she left, after it all happened. So they had time to talk and figure out their story.
Second later.
Okay.
I just went around the kitchen to get away from him.
Did your brother say anything to you at all? Do you remember?
No, we were both just in shock.
Okay.
It was just I didn't say anything. I went out with the kids just to check on them first, and I was going to come back in maybe, but I didn't. I was like, I just have to get him to school and call the police, whatever.
Did anybody say did you or your brother say anything at some point about calling the police or calling 911? Do you remember?
Yeah, he called me.
Okay.
And he said, are you taking JJ to school? And I said, yeah, we need to call the police. And he said, okay.
Okay. So he called you when you didn't come back inside, basically?
Right.
Okay.
Because I was in the car for a minute, and then I was like, what do I do? And I didn't want JJ to go inside, and I didn't know what to do, and Tylee was freaking out. I was trying to get them away from the scene.
Understandable. And you may not know this, so, because I know you heard the shot, do you know at what point your brother had the gun? Do you know if he had it when they got in their first fight, or did he have to go get it, or do you know that at all?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
And do you remember if you ever heard your brother?
I didn't see him ever leave the room.
Okay.
So it was so fast. All that was so fast. Him on the ground, rolling around, and I'm screaming. And
this probably happened in a couple seconds.
Yeah. It was super fast.
And I don't know if you know this or not, does your brother normally carry a gun? I carry a gun everywhere I go.
Right. I know he's a gun person. He has guns and things.
Okay.
He's showed up guns.
Did you know that he had one with him?
No.
when he came over?
No, but
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because
Okay.
he's very, very professional with guns.
Proficient, professional, like responsible is usually a good.
Right,
word.
responsible with guns.
Um, And then, do you remember if at any time, so you were trying to get away from him,
Right.
and you heard the shot. Prior to the shot, do you remember at any point hearing your husband or your brother saying anything to either of them?
No.
So my second very ridiculous question
Mm-hmm.
is there anything else that I didn't ask about or anything that we didn't cover that you think is important? I always ask that just because I wasn't there, and so we're going through something that happened a super small amount of time.
Yes. Can I
So,
step?
yeah, go for it.
Just thinking.
Mhm.
Just that. He was just so angry, like super scary.
Did
You
you?
know how you take your phone away from like a 16-year-old and
Uh-huh.
they freak out?
Uh-huh.
Like their world disintegrates. Like I've taken my phone away from a 16-year-old boy before, and he's like wanted to kill himself because like they cannot function. That's how it was. It was like if something on his phone that he does not want me to see, that he was like freaking out,
Mhm.
like to the point where I thought he would hit me in the back of the head to get the phone.
Okay. So you thought, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you thought it was possible that he was going to hurt you.
Absolutely, he was gonna hurt me and Tylee.
Okay.
Not JJ. He would never hurt JJ.
Okay.
And he hurt my brother. Like
Yeah.
he was going like ballistic about. It was bad.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to her real quick.
Okay.
And then if obviously, we'll be here for a little bit, hopefully not too much longer. But if you think of anything or there's anything that kind of pops in your head or something else that we didn't cover, obviously. So I'm gonna go talk to her for just a little bit, and then I'll kind of come back and check with you. And then we'll kind of go from there. So I know my partner is talking to your brother over in one of the other interview rooms. So we're gonna just try to get as much done as we can and go from there.
Okay.
Okay. And then is there anybody that you need to call or anything, or you want to wait a little bit?
I don't know what I would say.
And wait a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what I would say.
and if you want to, you can think about it. So we do have victim services that work within the police department. They're right over here. They're not cops. They're civilians. And they do, Jessica, who's out there with the fire department, so they're kind of our crisis response. They come right away.
Mm-hmm.
So our victim services that work in the department are kind of more long-term type support system. So they're just a really good resource because they do a lot of stuff with our families and things like that, and can help with support services and questions you might have.
She's been through so much.
So it might be a good
I
idea.
just can't stand for her to have to go through all this.
Yeah, it might be a good idea maybe before I take you guys back today that I get one of them to come in and maybe sit and talk with you guys and see. And it's not something there's a bunch of stuff they can offer, but it's good to have a contact and like a name and a face and a phone
Yeah.
number.
Okay, good.
That way maybe a couple days from now, a week from now, or if there's something going on or you think you need help with something, it may not be something that's necessarily up like me and my partner's alley, but it very much will maybe up theirs. So I'd like for you to meet one of them before we leave. That way, hopefully if there's something that they can help you and your daughter with, they can, or even JJ or whatever else.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I hadn't thought about him.
Yeah. So,
I mean, he's used to him not being there, but he wouldn't understand even if you told him,
right,
like, that somebody passed away. He doesn't understand
what that means. Well, I mean, it's hard at 7 to understand that
Anyway,
anyways.
that's true, but with him, he just doesn't, which is probably better because he doesn't comprehend things,
Mhm.
but I don't know. It's just, that's a lot to think about.
So let me go find one of them, and then we'll make sure that you guys get to meet with them before you leave, because that might be something very helpful for you guys. And I'm going to go speak with your daughter for just a little bit, and we'll kind of go from there.
Okay.
Okay? And if you need anything, let me know, okay? Okay.
Okay. Now they let her sit there for a while. So I'm not going to sit there and look at her.
So this is Denise.
Hi. Hi. Sorry. Somebody else said that.
So she's gonna take you over to like a conference room so you guys can sit and talk and stuff. And then you can just, once you guys talk and kind of, you can decide if you're comfortable with Tylee coming in or whatever. And then
I just don't want her to be left alone
Yeah,
by herself.
yeah.
She's freaking out. Okay.
So we keep kind of popping in and checking on her and
I
stuff.
just don't want her
So
to be alone too long.
Yeah.
We'll be as brief as long as you want, okay? I'm here to try to, you got lots of choices when you talk, so we'll just get started and then we'll go from there. That sound okay?
All right. All right. So that's all they did with Lori. That's it. Now we're going to watch Tylee. And this is really sad because she's no longer here. Oh, sorry. Whoa. What's going on here? There's Tylee. Hold on a minute. So sad. Okay, this is July 11th. And by September, oh shoot, whatever the dates, 13th? 13th to the 19th. I can't remember that she was last seen. It is. Oh. She's looking for cameras. Oh my god. Hi, Rhonda. I do too. Anytime I've been in a room, I look for cameras. And I smile and wave. Okay, let's get to her interview. They make her sit for so long, for like 2 hours. This girl sat. Not this girl, Tyler.
Ryan, Ryan.
and your birthday. And then, do you have a phone?
Yeah.
What's your phone number? Okay. So I know this is going to kind of sound like kind of a silly question because it's super broad. But can you basically tell me what happened today? And you can start at whatever place makes sense for you to kind of start and explain. And I'll probably kind of ask you questions as we go a little bit.
So I woke up probably around like 7:50, I want to say, because I heard yelling from like right outside my door. I don't even know where, but I immediately like jumped up, and I have a baseball bat because when I was living at my uncle's by myself. I just wanted something to like feel safer, and I'm not old enough to get like pepper spray or anything. So I was like, okay, I'll get a baseball bat. So I have that.
So your bedroom, you said that right outside your bedroom door, and I didn't go in the house, so I'm at a little bit of a disadvantage. So what is your bedroom door open to?
My bedroom door open, so the room that my uncle was staying in, the room that's kind of like the guest room, if my room's right here, that's right there.
Okay.
And then my little brother's room, and then kitchen's kind of back here, so it's like a little hallway, and then right here is kind of where everything happened.
Okay.
Like the big, you walk in and...
Like big great room, kind of living room?
Yeah, right now it just has mirrors up because my mom wanted a dance room.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of unconventional, but...
Hey, whatever makes you happy. It's your guys' house, so...
Right. So, yeah, I immediately just jumped up, and I grabbed my baseball bat, and I opened the door, and it was my stepdad, you know, outside the doorway, and then my uncle kind of in the doorway, and then I could hear my mom behind him. And he was just screaming at both of them, like, I don't even know what he was saying, because honestly, I was just too, like wired, I guess. So I told him to take a few steps back. I was like, you're too close, you need to step back. And he was like, don't tell me what to do. And I just kind of just stood there. And then my uncle kind of moved out of the way, and then my mom kind of went past him and into, like, the big room.
Okay.
Where everything happened, and so I walked with them, and then I...
So they were more in the hallway?
Yeah, they were at, like, the end of the hallway,
Okay.
basically. And so my mom walked all the way around, and he kind of followed them, and I just kind of stood. My uncle was, like, right here, and then my stepdad right here, and then me and my mom were kind of right here. And I didn't do anything with the baseball bat, I kind of just held it there, and he was getting really close to my mom, so I kind of stuck it out, like, between them. And they were both just yelling, and he was like, if you hit me with that baseball bat, you're going to go to jail. And I just kind of stood there with the baseball bat, and I didn't really say anything.
When you said they were yelling, who was yelling?
It was mostly my stepdad.
Okay.
Well, he was really the only one, like, yelling.
Mm-hmm.
My mom was kind of, like, responding,
Mm-hmm.
but I honestly couldn't tell you what they were saying. It was kind of just, like, all jumbled up in my head. And so I just kind of stuck the baseball bat out there, and then he just grabbed it and tried to take it. So I held on to the end, and then eventually I fell, and he kind of took it into his hands like he was going to do something with it. And that's when...
So when you fell, he ended up with the bat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I fell to the ground, and then my uncle kind of, like, I saw him take a step back, so my uncle, I think, grabbed him and kind of took him back so he couldn't, like, do anything.
You saw your stepdad, like, take a step back?
Take a step back, because he was really close to begin with, and then and so my mom said to go with JJ, and so I ran out the door, and then I kind of just stood there with my little brother. He was in the front seat of the car, and so I just kind of opened the door and just stood there, and, like, he was trying to get out, and I was like, no, we have to stay in. And I was like, oh, like, I told him, like, do you want to go in the Jeep? And then he was like, no, and then I realized that my car was blocked in, so I couldn't anyways. I was like, okay, like, just stay here. And then eventually my mom came out, and then we left from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened inside of the house? Has your mom kind of explained it all to you?
I just kind of asked her, like, because I heard a noise, which I know what it was now, but it sounded like, because I knew that the baseball bat was in there, it sounded like someone, like, took it and hit it really hard against the floor.
Okay.
And so I was kind of like, I was okay, right, because that's my uncle. So I just wanted to make sure that, like, my stepdad didn't do anything to my uncle and stuff. And so she was like, no, like, I was fine, like, we're just going to take JJ to school. And I was like, okay. So I just got in the car, and then we went to Burger King because my little brother wanted breakfast, which was chicken fries for some reason.
Okay. I do dinner for breakfast all the time.
Breakfast for dinner and dinner for breakfast.
So to kind of back up a little bit, so you had talked about your stepdad, when you put the bat out, your stepdad was coming towards your mom. Can you describe to me a little bit better kind of what was going on there? Like, is there a reason you put the bat up?
Yeah, he was walking towards my mom, and I just didn't want him to do anything, so I kind of just stuck out the bat. Like, my mom was right beside me, and he was right there, so it wasn't, like, between them.
Okay.
It was kind of just, like, I just stuck it out to be, like, keep your distance, kind of.
When you say you didn't want him to do anything, what did you think he was going to do?
Hit her.
Okay.
Yeah, it's, for the most part, been pretty, like, mundane, but there have been a few, like, violent times with him when I was really scared that he was going to hit me or hit my mom, like, just because everything was kind of crazy. Me and him have always kind of not gotten along, like, just since I was little. And so there have been a few times that we've gotten in fights and stuff like that. And so, so I'm just kind of always scared of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so that happened, and he grabbed the bat from you. So kind of tell me that again real quick.
So I kind of stuck it out, and this is when he was like, if you hit me with that baseball bat, you're going to jail. And I didn't say anything because I'm like, okay. And so I'm holding it by like the end of the bat, like the place where you hold it. And so he kind of took it, and I kind of like lunged forward and kind of lost like my footing.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom was like, just let go. And so, I kind of like slipped and I fell kind of on like my side.
Okay.
Yeah. And then from that, my mom said to go to the car. So I just got up and ran out the door.
Okay. Did you see when you fell towards your side, did you see what he did with the bat?
No, I wasn't really looking in that direction because from where I fell, the door was kind of more in my line of vision because I fell looking this way and the door was like right there. So I didn't look back.
So he was at a different line of sight than what you were looking at.
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point you saw him kind of take a step back. And from what you're saying, and tell me if I'm wrong or not, you didn't necessarily see your uncle pulling back, but it seems like that maybe.
It seems like he wouldn't have taken a step back on his own. So it's more of an assumption than anything. I didn't see him physically take him back.
And does that make sense based on where your uncle was at that time?
Yeah, he was behind him because he wasn't on this side with me and my mom, so he was behind him.
Okay.
Because that's kind of just the order where everyone walked out.
And when that happened, and then your mom told you to go, did you see what happened with your stepdad and uncle?
No.
Okay. And then once you went outside with your brother, you never came back inside.
Oh, I went to go get my mom's purse from inside so that we could have like her wallet and everything. But this was all happening, like I said, like in the bigger room right here. And so I went through the garage door. And so the garage door is right here. And then there's like a little hallway. And then this is kind of everything is. And then this is my mom's room. Okay. So when I went in, I kind of like just tuned everything out, ran to my mom's closet, ran back. So I didn't see anything, I didn't hear anything.
When did you go back in and get her purse?
After my mom came out.
Okay. So after you heard that loud noise?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you heard the loud noise, was your mom outside or inside?
I'm trying to think. I think she was inside when it happened and the door opened like immediately after.
Okay. So very quickly after the door opened.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't like a long period of time because I remember not like thinking about it for that long, and if my mom hadn't come out immediately, I would have, been thinking about it for a lot longer than I had.
So obviously I don't know like your mom and stepdad and uncle like you do. I don't. So can you tell me kind of where the three of them were at kind of emotionally and how they were behaving when all this was happening?
When all this was happening or like before?
When all this was happening. So like when you came out of your room and he took the bat from you and.
Yeah, so my stepdad was like, I don't even know how to explain it. He honestly just looked like kind of a crazy person. Okay. Like screaming and like his face was beet red. He just looked like really mad. I remember when he took the bat from me, I saw his face for like a split second and I honestly like, it didn't even look like him. He just looked like pure like rage. Like he was just seeing red. So I haven't really seen him like all the way like that before. That's like the craziest I've ever seen him. And then my uncle was kind of calm, like not super calm. Obviously it was like a stressful situation, but he's like, I don't know, he was kind of just standing there in the doorway, kind of just being protective of my mom, but he wasn't yelling or really saying anything. Okay. And my mom was just he was yelling and my mom was kind of just like talking. Okay. So yeah.
But you don't remember, if you do, like what your mom was saying at all or what he was mad about?
No, not really. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Honestly, like
we're talking about something that probably happened over 2 seconds of time. So.
Yeah, honestly, it feels like 2 seconds and 40 minutes at the same time. Yeah. So I don't remember what they were really saying. I just kind of heard yelling over everything. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I kind of just do that whenever things are like really loud. I kind of just like tune what people are saying out because I don't know, just yelling isn't fun, obviously, for a kid to hear. And with my biological dad, I always heard him like screaming and stuff, so I kind of just learned how to like tune it out.
So when you woke up to yelling, and you had said you weren't sure what they were actually saying, did you know who was yelling when you heard the yelling? Yeah,
I knew it was my stepdad. Well, at first I kind of didn't. Like when you first wake up, you're kind of disoriented. And then I remembered that my stepdad was like coming in to take my little brother to school today, so I immediately like knew it was him. Mm-hmm. And then my uncle I knew was staying, so I knew that was him. And then my mom, obviously, I knew that was her. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, so you stepped out of your room and you took the bat with you. Is there a reason why you took the bat with you?
honestly, I think that was kind of just like first instinct.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously I didn't ever hit him with the bat or anything like that. It was kind of just for like security, I guess, to know that I had it. I didn't do anything with it. In hindsight, I probably just shouldn't have brought it out at all because it caused more trouble. But it was kind of just first instinct, and it was right by my bed. So I kind of just like jumped up and grabbed it.
So I'm trying not to put like words in your mouth and
No,
stuff.
you're good.
So was there something in particular that you were concerned about that you would have taken the bat with you?
Only if he had been violent towards like me or my mom.
I'm assuming you're talking about your stepdad?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna take the bat and like do something with it. It was kind of just like, I need something in my hands to like feel safer.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So my kind of second dumb question is, and I don't know that there necessarily is, but I always kind of want to make sure, is there anything that, you know, we didn't talk about or I didn't ask you about or anything that you think is important or anything that I should know? Because it's harder for you because you were there. And so I'm asking questions about something I didn't even see. So I just want to make sure like I didn't miss something or anything that you think I should know about.
That was pretty much it.
Okay. And if you think of something, you know, in 5 minutes and tomorrow or whatever else, we can always talk again. It's totally fine. So I talked to your mom about, we have some victim services people that work here. They're not cops. They're really good at what they do. So I really want your mom to talk to them because I think it would be good that your mom has, and you guys have some, maybe kind of some extra support if you need anything, kind of go moving on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to check in with your mom real quick, and if she's good to go, then I'm going to introduce one of them to you guys. That way you guys can talk before I take you guys back. Okay? Sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me at all?
No,
Okay. If you do, let me know, okay? Okay.
They made her. Hold on. Bella, we don't do that. What is going on with you? We don't bark. Sorry, guys. All right, so they have her wait for Eva and Eva and Eva. There you go, nothing. Poor kid. All right, I want to show. Okay, okay, we're gonna look at why Lori hates Nate so bad. We're gonna watch this here. This is so funny. Nola, we don't do that.
I'm Nate Eaton with EastIdahoNews.com in Kauai, where Chad and Lori Daybell were served with 2 search warrants just hours ago. Law enforcement officers from Eastern Idaho, along with federal agents and the Kauai Police Department, pulled Lori and Chad over. They were driving a black SUV. They pulled into this resort where I am standing. They put Chad into one vehicle, Lori into another. That's when their vehicle was seized, and they had no way to get home. We had a chance to ask them so many questions that need answers. Lori, Nate Eaton with East Idaho News. Can you tell me where your kids are? Where are your kids?
No comment.
No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say? You're over here in Hawaii? Where are your children? Yeah, why don't you just give us a comment? Just tell us where they are. Chad, where are Lori's kids? What happened to Tammy, Chad? Can you tell us what happened to Tammy? Why have you guys been in Hawaii for so long? Listen, just tell people what's happening. There's people around the country praying for your children, praying for you guys. Why don't you give us answers?
That's great.
That's great. That's great that they're praying for you, praying for your kids. What? You have nothing to say? Did you do something to your children? Are your children still alive? That's a simple question. I've got 3 kids of my own. I can tell you every minute where my kids are at. Where are your children? What do you guys plan to do now? You have 5 days to get your children in front of a judge in Rexburg, then what? Are you guys innocent of any crimes? Have you committed any crimes? Chad, you guys have a lot to say on your podcast. You don't have anything to say now? Lori? Do you believe that you were instructed by God or others to do something for your children? If you could give a message to them, what would you say? Listen, if you just talk to us, we'll leave you alone.
Family's worried. Tammy's family's very worried.
Tammy's family's very worried. Lori, your mother, Kay, came out. Kay and Larry, they're offering a $20,000 reward for your children. And you're over here on the beach? This is your chance to tell your story. Nothing you want to say? One last chance right here. Anything you want to say to the people in Idaho? Laura, you have a lot of cash there in your baggie. Were you guys planning to leave Hawaii? Were you planning to take off? And with that, Chad and Lori darted into this resort, and they still have not come out. Now, police have not said what they are searching.
Okay, that's one of the reasons. Now I'm gonna get another one. Okay, Dippy, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh my God, I hope I can find it. Oh shit, I hope I can find it. Okay, I'm gonna find the other clip why she's mad at Nate. However, I did a parody of it, and I hope I can find it. I hope I can find it, people. Okay, hold on. We are going to go to the other reason why Lori's still mad at Nate. Hold on. Okay. Oh my God, this is so funny. Hold on. Which one do I want to use? Okay, we'll watch this one. All right, here we go. I love Nate. He's one of my favorite reporters. All right. Dippy, let me know if you remember this. My parody I did. Here she comes, people. Oh, I better give context here. This is Lori Vallow in Idaho. So she got extradited from Hawaii to Idaho. And there's Nate waiting for her.
There's Lori's plane. We need to move. You rolling? Yep.
Oh my God, I wonder what Lori's thinking right now. This is why Lori don't like Nate. She wants him on the stand so bad, and I wonder why.
You can go around.
Nate was so nervous, like maybe excited, kind of. Watch how bad he's shaking. It's so funny. I gotta find my video I did of this. Hold on, people.
Rolling. Welcome back, Lori. Where are your kids? Just tell us where your kids are. Where are your kids? Anything you want to say, Lori? Anything you want to say? How does it feel to be back in Idaho? What do you want to say to your kids? What do you want to say to Colby? Anything you want to say to Chad, Lori? Any message you have for people watching? Why won't you talk, Lori? Why won't you talk to us? Why won't you talk to the world? This could all be over if you would just answer some questions, Lori. What do you have to say? Did you commit any crimes, Lori? What message do you have for the world, Lori? I know you can hear me.
That's my favorite part.
There's a lot of people that want to hear what you have to say. We're ready to listen. JJ and Tylee deserve your answers, Lori.
I am so mad, you guys. You guys. I cannot. Oh, God. I wish I had all my videos. Hold on a minute. Oh, somebody's got to have it. Oh, I found it. Oh, my God, you guys. Hold on. No, this ain't it. Is this it? Shoot. Hold on, you guys. Oh. Hold on. Oh. You guys got to see it. It's funny. Okay, I guess not. However, we are going to watch this because it is in this. But dang it, it's super funny, you guys. I guess you just had to be around then. Hold on, let me get it. Here it is. Dang it! I'm coming, people. I'm coming. Hold on. TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. Okay. If Lori Vallow was taken from Hawaii. This is her leaving. This is her leaving, coming and leaving the courtroom. Now pay attention. God, if you guys can see it. Because my driver in this skit, he's from Hawaii. Oh my God, hold on. I'm gonna see how many minutes that is. Oh my God, no. Okay, I'm only gonna show it. No, I'm gonna show it another time. Dang it. Somebody's got to have a copy of that. Somewhere. Somewhere, people. Where are we? Where are we? Yeah. Okay. No, she's not. Nope. Yeah, no. She was in Idaho, but they took it off the table because um, they had some sanctions. They're lucky Lori didn't get away from it. For real. Okay, hold on a minute. Where is my I want to see if there's any others to watch here for now about Charles. All right, so we watched Tylee, we watched her. Does anybody know what Lori did at her after she was found guilty of unaliving 3 people in Idaho? Do you guys remember what she did? Her statement to the judge? Anybody? Unsure American law, Aussie 2 played backwards a few years ago. You guys, when you're away, get not scared, authority or consequences. Oh. Okay, we'll watch one more thing and then we'll be done here. And you know what? I'll wait until the trial and hopefully I can find my old parodies of her. Because remember, I had over 6,000 views on my main channel. And you're just doing it. Okay, this is in 2019 when Lori was talked to at the police department. I think Gilbert, let's look. Lori, Tylee, and who else? So this is January 31st. She reported some stuff against Charles. Oh, Melanie Gibb was the other one. So here we go. Let's speed this up a little. I want you guys to pay attention on how this detective talks with Lori. Pay attention to those two.
Lori? Officer Pacelli, contact with us. Okay, yeah.
Hello. Good. Hello. You got enough chairs for everybody? Yeah, I think so. No, I won't fit with those handles.
No?
This thing makes my hips rather wide.
Told me to file a report.
Okay. Yeah.
He said it's just good to have it on record, so.
Yeah, okay. I got a little bit of info from dispatch.
Yeah.
Said he stole your phone.
What happened?
Your purse.
Why don't you tell us what happened?
So yesterday, I got in an argument with my husband on the phone, and he was in Texas working, and I found some stuff that he'd been doing, so he was really defensive. And so I took the kids, we spent the night in a hotel because I knew he was coming home. And so this morning when I took my son to school, when I went into the school to take him into school, he was waiting somewhere and like stole my purse out of the car, my whole purse. So my phone, my wallet, my money, my everything was in there. So I had the door locked, but the sunroof was open because we have a service dog and he was in the car and I didn't want to, my son was kind of throwing a fit. I didn't want to get them both out of the car because it was a mess this morning. And we didn't have any of our stuff because we spent the night in a hotel and he was out of his element. So I didn't lock the door like for like the first time ever. And he like, whatever, either got it out. I don't remember if the door was locked, he got it out or he reached through the sunroof and just got it.
Okay.
But then he started texting all my family and all my friends and impersonating me and got my friend lured over to the house to meet him, where he had like kicked in the door to get into the house and stuff. So
And you did that this morning?
last night.
Okay.
Which I'm glad we went there.
Right. Okay.
And so when I got there, I'm like, Lori? Where's Lori?
But he texted her from my phone because he was pretending to be me, saying, "Oh, come meet me at the house," and whatever.
Okay.
So,
How did he? What did he say to you?
He said, can you come to the house now?
And then when
And
you
I
got
was like, sure. Yeah, and
okay.
yeah, proceeded to act like he was himself.
He has the text messages on the phone.
I'm on the phone, but so when I got there, I said, you've been using Lori's phone to connect with me. He goes, sorry, I deceived you. I said, oh, okay, yeah, you did. And luckily there were some other people there that were.
So he was changing the locks and probably got the door
locksmiths were
fixed
there.
where he kicked it in, so that.
The locksmiths were there, so I'm glad that they were there. But there was a white Suburban, which I don't know, it was up there. I don't know where he got that car, but anyway, there was a few vehicles, so I didn't know, who I suspected it would be her. I should have noticed that your car wasn't there, but I didn't notice that. So.
Okay, what kind of car do you drive?
An Infiniti QX80 black.
So you got to the house, and then you got there and said, yeah, I deceived you, and then
Yeah,
what
so
was he
I said,
calling you
"Where's
there for?
Lori?" He wanted me to come over there and get some information about her, pretty much.
Oh, okay, what did he ask you?
He was asking, like, what's got into her, like,
Where is she?
Where is she? Of course, I didn't say where she. I didn't know where she was.
I didn't tell anybody.
She
I
was
told
telling
her
me
after this, thought it was safer for everybody.
Yeah, he just basically wanted me to take his side, I think, and just say,
Told her how crazy I was and stuff like that. So.
And what was your name?
Melanie.
Your last name?
GIBD.
Mhm.
Okay, just because for documentation later, what's your date of birth?
So easy to remember.
So he had you come there, was asking you questions. So like, is this something that's happened before, or is this like?
Unfortunately, yeah, we've had
Okay,
to
so
even
then-
go to hotels just while he calms down or something, So we've done that before.
What is it like that motivates him doing this kind of stuff? Is it, did he say one?
He just goes nuts sometimes. But
Just goes
this
nuts
time
sometimes.
I caught him cheating and I had evidence and I told him about it, and he travels a lot for business, so I told him about it and told him not to come home and that his stuff would be gone and that his car would be gone, and I was so he's a little mad.
She's just trying to protect herself. Yeah.
But I just left with the kids because I didn't want them in all the drama.
Yeah.
So
And then he took your phone and purse, and has he tried to make contact with you since?
he's trying to contact me through her. He has
Through
my
her?
phone. I don't have a way to be
Okay.
contacted.
Yeah. And I didn't
I was
know her.
returning.
I didn't know her. I couldn't contact her.
Nobody
The
could
voice
contact
she
me.
called
I just went and bought a phone so I could have a little
Yeah. So
throwaway phone. So
Have you called him to ask him if he'd bring your stuff back?
well, he talked to her about it. So he
And what
said-
was,
yeah, I said, would you be willing to give me the purse for Lori? And he goes, no, unless she does this, and all these.
don't speak in generalities. I
Oh,
want
sorry.
specifics.
He wants me
What
to
did
meet
he
him
say?
at therapy today
So
or
he wanted
something.
to meet him at
Purse.
therapy.
He wasn't going to give you the purse. He just was saying he'd give it to me if I meet him there.
Okay,
But I don't really want to talk to him today if I don't have to. So.
okay.
Yeah.
So if we have him bring the purse back, are we all good? Like, I mean, you're not willing to meet with him with a therapist or anything
Well,
to try to get it back?
I don't want to meet with him because I don't know. He's very sneaky. So like what he'll do is meet me in the parking lot and mess around with me,
Okay.
whatever. Like he's not going to just.
What if we
let
called
me
him
walk
and
into
see
therapy,
if he'll
but-
come here and we can facilitate him giving your purse back?
Okay, fine. You want to try that? I know he has it because he.
Obviously, he's texting
Yeah.
her.
He's texting
Yeah.
all my and all my family and the kids too.
Yeah, definitely answer phone. So we know it was him that took the purse because he.
What's he texting you?
I have the text. He was basically just texting me.
He's acting like that my son was in danger. I was worried about JJ's
Okay.
safety and things, and texting her like he's gonna.
So he at first texted me, "You doing okay today? Hey girl, are you sick? Please your mom. I may not be home for a bit. Love you." Sent me a strange link to a website about our church.
About
that-
crazy people.
Yeah. Said this is what's happening, and then he texted me at almost midnight. I'm so sorry, but I have no choice. I'm just sick. Danger. I had no choice. Which he didn't file a police report or anything as far as we know. So I'm just assuming he was trying to get a response. And then I love you. He was,
Police report about what?
or I don't know, but he was acting like he did something.
And then those
basically.
text messages came from, do you have it entered as mom's phone or?
No, that was from him.
That's before
That was
he
from
didn't
his
take-
before
He didn't take the
yeah.
purse until 8:30.
This was last
when I was
night.
at school.
That's from his
Okay.
mom.
And he was sending word for word the same text to my cousin, like
What's his name?
Charles.
What's his phone number?
He has the same last name as you, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
Okay.
Vallow. Charles Vallow. So my friend told me, my friend that's a police officer, he said, go file a report, file a restraining order, all that stuff. I don't want to do all that stuff. I just wanted to be on record, and if you can get the purse back, that'd be lovely, because all my stuff's there. I'm really mad about my lip gloss.
About cards,
Well, he has all the cards with all the
Yeah.
stuff, so he's mad, because I took the money out of our account, but it's a joint account, so he wants me to give him money.
Okay, well, that's all civil issue.
That's what I'm saying, like,
Purse, there's no reason why he's walking around with your purse, your ID, that he doesn't have a right to.
right,
Married or
that's what
not
I'm saying, all the
married.
rest of the stuff is our joint stuff together.
Yeah.
So,
All right, we're gonna leave the room temporarily. We're gonna try to give him a call, see if we can't get this rectified.
that'd be great.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. right, we'll just go back here. Do cell phone. You want to try calling or you want me to call?
This one's a little confusing for me, honestly.
I love these calls.
Oh yeah, I would actually look. Charles.
Hi, this is Officer Edgerton, Gilbert PD. Is this Charles? Hey, Charles. The reason why I'm calling right now is your wife's at the police department claiming you stole her purse and her cell phone. Okay, you realize they don't belong to you, correct? Okay, so that's a civil issue, and she's responsible for every.
Did you hear that? You realize those don't belong to you. They are on her side this whole time. They are like, poor Lori, poor little blondie, poor little blondie. I wonder how they feel now about how they investigated all this.
Penny, if you guys end up going through a divorce proceeding. Okay, and you also texted a friend to meet you at the house last night under the guise that you were her. What was that for? So you texted a friend of hers to meet you at the house last night using her cell phone. What was that all about? Oh, this morning? Okay. Yeah, we read the report from earlier today regarding you not being able to get into the house and everything. So I do not have the order in front of me, so I cannot do that. It's got to be approved, and I know I cannot get her. Well, it's got to go to our sergeant, who's got to call, verify that it's good, and then we get dispatched. So that's just how the process works. And I can't keep somebody against their will without a warrant or the valid. Well, I'm telling you right now, we have a process. You come here, you turn it in, it goes to a sergeant. Sergeant calls the doctor. Okay, well, I don't have that, and for all we know, it's not valid anymore. I do not know. What I'm concerned about. Yeah, well, that's not what I'm discussing a whole separate issue right now, and that's her getting her belongings back. Okay, you're saying it's at the house, which you changed the locks on, correct? So she doesn't have access to. Yes. So unless you want to be charged with theft, we need to get that purse back to her. If you want to come here with the purse and that order, we can get this all.
Ain't that something? So they were going to charge him for theft. They were going to charge him for theft. They were all for Lori here. Shame on them.
And the purse and her cell phone. Okay. So how soon can you be here? We're at the police department, 75 East Civic Center Drive, Gilbert Warner. Thank you. All right, how long? All right, but he says he's coming with the order.
So that should get interesting.
It's gonna get real interesting.
I don't even know. So all right. I guess it's good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And when I talked to him, he was all upset, wondering what are we going to do about that. I have no, until it is verified by my sergeant that's still active, they still want you. I can't hold you against your will. But if it's verified by my sergeant, which he says could take a little while, then if it is verified, then I have to take you to Community Bridges. It's a mental health behavior place to get looked at. But while it's being verified, I have no right to keep you and hold you, just so you're aware.
Well, okay, I get that. However, how come when she changed his flight She took his truck from the parking lot of the airport. She changed the locks on the door. How come they were going to charge her for all that nonsense she did? Just saying.
So he's supposedly en route with your purse and your phone, and then and the order also, which needs to be verified by my sergeant. So we will facilitate the transfer of the person and the phone. And while we go give the mental health petition to my sergeant, and she's verifying it, you do whatever you feel you need to do.
Okay.
How we're going to get that to go away, I do not know. You may need to you can probably contact Community Bridges, that's CBI, Community Bridges. We have one, I don't know if you even want to just go up there, at Mesa Drive and Baseline. It's off Javelina, which is the street before you get to the freeway, if you're going north towards the freeway. Find out what you need to do to prove yourself, because what it is committal paperwork.
Right.
They can hold you for 24, 48, however long they deem it necessary to get you evaluated,
Right.
based off just what your husband said.
Says.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the doctors play it safe.
I just think it's funny because he's trying to over
Just
this.
let him
Right.
explain.
So,
Because I'm really the one that did something wrong.
but no, here's the thing: is I don't know, and I'm not going to take sides.
Right, no,
but
I
just
know.
talking to you, I mean, I don't see you being a danger to yourself or anybody else. You got your kids to school.
Right.
I don't know, but I'm not going to play side. I'm just going to let you know that we are required, if you're here, that we will, even with force if we have to.
Right.
If you're still here when it's approved, we'll have to take you to CBI.
Okay. And what is it called? I'm just gonna write it down.
Community Bridges.
Okay.
That's where we take you. Now, I don't know who he went through to get the order taken care of.
That's what I'm saying. How do you even get that? He got that in the middle of the night? How do you get something in the middle of the night?
It's family members can do it for other ones who have like drug dependency or not getting help,
Who do
mental health
Yeah, but how would he get? He had
issues.
to come here. Isn't stuff closed?
It's not here. There are places you can go. So
How would you do this?
I don't know.
That's-
I don't
Okay,
know.
sorry.
So
This is good.
It's called Community Bridges. Is that what you
Yeah.
call it? I'm just gonna write it down.
so I'm
But
going
they'll be
to.
looking for me. That's the whole thing. Like, that's what.
We don't bust down doors to get you,
Yeah.
but we will knock. So if you see police officers knocking, talk to them through the door if you really don't want them.
Okay.
If you want a free medical evaluation,
I was
psychological
gonna say, I haven't
evaluation,
gotten any sleep in about 3 days. They have good facilities.
they do actually, from what I understand.
And a gym where I can work out.
yeah,
I'm
so,
good, happy.
Like I said, we.
You'll be okay
off-
without your mama.
You are going to get a padded room.
So officers don't kick down doors to serve. These are civil orders. They're for your safety. It's not illegal. If it was because you're a danger to yourself, it's not illegal to kill yourself. So we don't go busting down doors. But if we make contact with you, there's nothing separating us. At that point,
You can
we
just
know
say
it's
anything you
you.
want about someone and get a mental health order against them.
Not, so if it's a family member and depending on what he told the doctors, usually they'll do it just to be safe. Otherwise,
So
say
you can
something
say they're
happens to
suicidal or
you.
something. and
Right.
Get it.
So if something happens, you do something to yourself, he's gonna go after those doctors. I told you, you didn't sign the order, she should have gotten help,
Right.
that sort of thing. So
Do
there
you
becomes
know-
some liability.
Do you know what he said?
No.
No?
1:17. 10:15. Every 2 minutes.
So do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I was talking to someone, that's why I didn't answer.
you think give the person help.
Yeah, we're aware. Let me step out. I'll talk to you. All right, excuse me for a second.
Yeah.
I will come with you.
You can entertain them.
Okay.
Got any knock jokes?
He dances really nice.
Oh, good.
Okay.
You're like a little performance.
Here we go.
Show us
Okay.
your equipment. How She didn't apply to the academy. She's now a high school graduate, right? At 16.
Yeah, are you?
No, she got her GED, so she's moving on with life.
You really want to be a police officer?
Maybe. You never know.
We'll look forward to this stuff, man. I'm actually pretty new myself, so I just got on. It's like my first month on training after out of the academy, so
Nice.
that's why he's doing a lot of the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best way to learn.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, so it's because, like, honestly, this is kind of a more unique call than what I've seen. This is a little bit different. I mean, like,
Rules with this kind of stuff.
well, and what's unique about it is either the theft or the petition was usually a separate deal. I mean, the fact that all of a sudden he stole your phone and then all of a sudden there's a petition out there too, it's like, whoa. So
Right.
I've seen one or the other. I haven't seen both in one.
Well, that's what he
sitting.
was saying then when he texted you that. I'm so sorry. I had.
And I do want to say, they petitioned, right, for her to go to that bridge place, like I talked about the other day. I do want you people to know that her family would not help Charles get her help because they blame everything on Charles. Just saying, just saying. Her family, they're all nuts. They are.
Had to do it. I was worried about
Yeah,
JJ.
yes.
Yeah, that's probably what I
Like
meant.
he literally hadn't seen JJ for like 6 hours,
Yeah.
and he'd been at school, so it's not like he hadn't seen anything.
When he was out of town.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's a good thing you did come in because it will be a very one-sided story. So it's always good to kind of see
Yeah.
what's going on.
That was very smart. Yeah, Jason's.
What was really
have
cool
to tell
because I
him.
was, so I was in there, coming out of her neighborhood after he called me to go to the house, and I pulled over, by that pool. And then I see this guy that I know, just
Our good friend.
just
police
like
officer.
right in front of me on the side of the road. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
that looks like Jason. I'm like, hold on, that's Jason. He's a police guy. I'm gonna go. So I'm like, Jason, what are you doing over here? Because I was just
See, listen.
Oh yeah.
Listen to them having just a happy-go-lucky conversation. Now, you make this comment that her family feels crappy now. I don't think they do, but let me tell you something about her family. Okay, one interview her mom and sister were in, and that's when they talked bad about Alex and that the kids are safe and they believe Lori and blah, blah, blah. They only did that one. I mean, the family can do whatever they want, okay? That's whatever. But if it was my grandkids, oh yeah, I'd be like Larry and Kay. Now, they don't feel bad. And I'll tell you something about Summer. Summer talks some bad stuff too. After Chad's trial now, how many years ago? So 4 years after, well, no, it was 5 years after Charles. 2019 to 2024 was when Chad got, Chad Hackworth, whatever. They had her at CrimeCon. Oh yeah, she was a guest speaker. So everybody's giving her all this attention. So she's liking all this attention now. Just saying. Just saying. You'll never see, the dads never talked. Adam has a YouTube channel. Adam has written many books. But Adam was the black sheep of the family. Had nothing to do with Lori for a majority of their life. Just saying. Yes, they are flirting. Yeah, she is. This gives you a look into Lori and how she is. Okay. Charles was the one being abused in all forms. He was trying to get her help. He was asking her family for help. Nobody would help him. They blamed him for everything. Now look at, now if Chandler and Gilbert Police Department would have did their job, all 5 of those people would be here. 6, because I'm including Joseph Bryan.
I just wondering what's going on. He goes, yeah, go down to the Liz office now. I'm like, oh.
I mean, I was
That's
gonna
good.
do it after he took it, and I realized it was gone when I got back to the car. I was like, he's lurking around here. Like, that's creepy by itself.
Yeah.
But 2, like, it's everything I have. Like, I don't have anything. I don't have money. I don't have ID. I don't have anything. And so,
Your car keys are normally attached to your purse.
yeah, but I carried him in my hand.
Yeah.
I just had him in my hand. I was still JJ. He was like,
Yeah.
getting out of school. He was like throwing a fit on the ground. And
Yeah.
so it was a rough morning as it was.
Yeah. I can imagine. So do you guys have separate cars?
We do.
What car does he drive?
So he has a Ford F-150 truck.
Oh, okay. So then the white Suburban, you have no idea what that was?
That was his buddy's car, he said.
He
His
said it was
buddy's
his
car?
buddy's car.
That's
He
what
doesn't have any
said. He doesn't
buddies.
have any buddies, so it was a white Suburban. I didn't know because it was 2
I would think it would be a rental
But
car.
when I came back, he was gone, and I know it was his car because the other, the guys fixed
You're right.
the locks.
We're
Their
still
cars
there.
were still there, so I know it was that one because he
Huh.
left.
That's really strange. So what kind of questions?
Change the locks on me. I'm on the lease as well, the house.
Yeah, I don't think so. Honestly, I have to obviously confirm with him, but to be honest, you should be able to have access to it as well if it's your
Yeah,
house.
so he's
It's in
changed
my
it all. They're all
name, too.
changed probably by now.
Yeah, he's trying to lock me out just because whatever.
Yeah, I assume it would just because how we were saying you need to be able to, or he needs to be able to get in the house. It should be the same.
Right,
So
so I can kick the door down too.
yeah, I don't know. I think so.
It gets fixed.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be in there if he's in there. That's the whole point. So I
No,
left.
Yeah.
it was creepy. I was like, oh my
Kinda-
gosh, where's Lori? Is she, I thought you were there.
Yeah.
It was so creepy.
I'm
So
sorry.
glad those 2 other guys were there.
Yeah, I know that you weren't just there by yourself with him. That'd be even worse.
I should have, like, in retrospect, I probably should have walked away quickly, but I wasn't prepared for that.
Yeah, I mean, who really
You
is?
were just being a good friend to me, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, I
I'm
wasn't
sorry that you're
prepared to be
caught up in
in,
that. And he's
being
catching up everybody in it. He calls everybody on my phone. So now he has phone access to all my
Yep.
friends, and he's calling
Hmm.
them all to tell how crazy I am and whatever because he got
Wow.
snagged. You know.
And this is just a recent thing? Has he done this before, or like?
This is in like 24 hours. Like, or he's done stuff
Like, has he done this before? Yeah.
But this whole
Not this
situation
extreme,
happened
No.
but he's been ballistic where we had to leave because he was being awful, and I don't have to hurt one of the kids or something.
probably 3 or 4 times that I can remember.
Yeah, 13 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
So really just a stand-up guy overall.
Hey, I'm not making any judgment.
I know you gotta be in drunk. I know, it's super awkward.
Okay, so they got him in there and they got you. Perfect. I'll just get. I already got your information, so I'm good there.
So basically, how did he even know to get a mental health thing? I don't even know how he would know how to do that.
Is that your daughter's phone? I'm assuming.
No, it's my mom's old broken phone.
Oh,
I
you
put
were
a
using
SIM
her
card
phone?
in. I
Okay.
got a SIM card today and put it in so I would
Okay.
have something.
Yeah, no, you can't go without a phone
You
now.
just can't.
Yeah, is there any phone numbers you need that are my phone?
Probably.
Since you don't have access
Yeah,
to
I probably would
phone
need,
numbers.
I don't have phone numbers. I have my mom's old phone numbers, the family members, but not any of my friends.
You don't have that information.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put Jason and.
Misty, are you still here, Misty? I got an idea. Maybe I got an idea. Hold on a minute. You guys will continue watching this. Oh my God, I got an idea for a movie night. I got an idea possibly for a movie night. But I gotta see if I have Netflix. I don't think I got Netflix. We need to watch Sins of a Mother because it's Kobe's look on everything. Yeah.
So were you there with them when this was going on? Were you were there in the car or no?
No, she was at the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, Let me get your info. What's your first and last name? A different last name?
Yeah, so he's my stepdad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right
So
on.
she was 3. So.
Okay. And then do you live at the house full time
Mhm.
with them? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your date of birth? Cool. Yeah, because just when we entered it, I'll need that info. So no big deal there. But yeah, so I guess we'll see what they say. But as long as you, I mean, well, yeah, it takes us a while to verify the orders. That's kind of like, yeah, so as long as the order's not verified, we can't serve it. So.
And is he'll be here too, or is there a way we can go out without him seeing us?
Oh, yeah, well, I think we'll probably facilitate it. So, I mean, either way, yeah. I'm not sure
I'm sure
exactly.
he'll have been taking everything and pouring out of there.
And in the scenario
Just
that
give me the first one, nothing in it, sorry.
in the scenario that she has to go with like my little brother, would he be like ordered to pick him up from school and take him?
Oh, there's no court.
Who's
There's no court order, but like I
yeah.
know, yeah.
Are you saying is Charles supposed to pick him up? Or are you saying can you guys pick him up?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
Like, who's gonna
if,
pick him up?
Could I pick him up and take him back to like the hotel?
Oh yeah, I don't think that even
Okay.
matters. Yeah, I don't think whatever you guys got to work out. I think I don't know what you're planning on doing about. So because you're kind of saying you only want like a report, but is this gonna be like an ongoing thing? Like is this like are you concerned about getting back in the house? Like what's the game plan
Well,
now?
now we are.
Yeah.
Now we are that we know we changed all the locks.
Yeah.
So we don't know what to do, really. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 2 days ago, he was like, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. All real super nice. And then when I actually had evidence, then he got really mad.
So this all stems from him cheating and you finding out about it? Yeah. Well, I think everyone's kind of learning a little bit on this one. So I can't even tell you what I think is going to happen. We'll see.
It's just a sad scenario, as usual.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. What school do you go to?
She graduated.
You just graduated. Maybe.
Yeah.
Also, what are you going to do now?
Great
You got a few years
question.
before you get police officer.
Yeah, I might start community college classes and then eventually transfer over to a university. But
She's working right
yeah, and
now.
I'm working.
Okay.
But
Where at?
Okay, this is all they do is talk. Nothing else here is going to go on. They're just having a conversation. You guys, Sins of a Mother is on Netflix. Let me tell you this. I am not paying because we could watch on Netflix, right? And how much is it? Hold on. I'm going to tell you guys. The prices are ridiculous now. Let me tell you. These are the prices of Netflix now. They are outrageous. And they have commercials now. You get It's either $7.99, right? With commercials. Forget that. Or it jumps up to $17.99 and $22.99. How ridiculous is that, people? That is crazy. Oh no, I don't want your login. No. No, no. I appreciate that. I just don't want to get in any kind of trouble. Any kind of troubles. Yes, they did tear down that house. But I appreciate you. You know that. It's something new they started doing. When I found out they had commercials now, I'm like, no, absolutely not. But since her mother is with Colby, she is a very nice person. I don't know why people are so mean to her. Because they're immature. I don't know. Are they jealous of her? I don't know. You know what? And to be honest, it's none of our business who she talks to. It is nobody's business. Just saying. Unless she chooses to tell you. Let's see. Anything else here? Oh my God. I got a cough. Oh my God, you guys. This is so bad. Oh. Hi from the Netherlands. I love it. I don't judge people either. I don't harm people. None of it. I don't wish harm on anybody, but there's some evil people on here that do. Who you want to be? She's a very sweet person. Yep. Okay, did anybody ever hear Lori Vallow's statement to the judge after she was convicted? Did anybody see that? Oh my God, I got a cough. Hold on. I wonder where it's at. Let me go to my playlist here on about Lori again. Maybe I can find it. You guys. Hold on a minute. Just so funny. So funny. The court documents. Oh, my neck. Hold on, I'm looking. I'm looking once again. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Shoot, because I didn't have TikTok when I first started. I'm sorry. I'm looking at some of these titles and I'm laughing. Oh my God. I'm such a dork. Sorry, guys. I'm looking. Oh God. Let me look. Lori's. Okay, there's another parody. There's another parody. Hold on. I'm so mad, you guys. That video was so funny I did. Okay, hold on. Let me go back to you guys here. Let me get back in the StreamYard and see what's up. Is she? She's from TikTok? Is she? So you got the Netherlands girl from TikTok. Hi. Oh, thank you. Okay, I will show you guys here. Hold on. Hold on a minute. Because I got through everything I wanted to get through. Just so you guys can get an idea of what's going on. In this case, oh gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, about Charles' case before opening statements. Where is annoying the way she spoke to judge. Yes, isn't that crazy? Can you imagine what she's going to do to these witnesses? Can you imagine? Especially the Idaho ones. Ooh, you're going to get them good. What's, I don't know. Okay. Let me see if it's uploaded. All right. No. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Hold on. I'm so disappointed how little this is. Maybe I'll fix it later. All right, people. This is Lori Vallow being escorted from the courthouse to the courthouse. The guy is actually from Hawaii. The other one is my dad. And here we go. It's just real quick. You hear Nate's voice on here. Remember I showed you guys the video of Nate at the airport waiting for Lori? Okay. Keep that in mind.
What message do you have for the world, Lori? I know you can hear me.
That shit's funny, ain't it? And I am muted. Hello, my. That shit was funny, people. God, I love doing Lori Vallow. She's so easy to do. All the spotlights have to be on her. Crowds cheering and all that. Hey, where am I? Where am I? Here I am. All right. I'm going to go for now. I'm going to search to see if I can find more of my parodies I've done of Lori Vallow because they're funny, people. It was a hit. It was a hit for 2 years straight. I did Lori Vallow. Funny, funny, funny. See? This is her to court pouting. So I'm copying her. Here's some other pictures. Yeah? What do you think? Yes. I am a big target for no reason, for nonsense, for something bigger than what it really is, because they need something to talk about. But carry on. Carry on. I'm going to do me. You ain't stopping me. All right, you guys. I'm going to go for now. We need to figure out what we're going to watch tonight, because tonight is movie night. Oh, yeah, and I guess I'm one. I guess I'm one of them. Okay? Because I have talked to him. They think it's a big secret. However, I shared yesterday of the very first live I did on Wade Wilson, and I talked about my conversation with him, you dummies. And then the second live I ever did, we talked about it again, and what I said to Wade, you dummies. See, they don't know nothing. They haven't been around. They haven't been around, so they have no clue. And I've talked to Lori Vallow, too. Does that make me a Lori Vallow wife? Huh, people? Does that make me Lori Vallow wife? Just saying. Just saying. I reach out to a lot of people, and I was going to share those things. I'm not now. These people are nuts. No more. I'm done sharing. I'm done sharing anything on Wade Wilson. That's on Patreon. Okay, I'm working on that. Okay, if you want to know anything, go over there. It's not going to be on YouTube because it's dark and ugly. Uh-oh. I got a notification here. What's going on? Oh, they are so stupid. I'm waiting for Amazon, man. You want to know why? Because I need my comfort food, and I got some Reese's peanut butter cups coming. Hey, it's comfort food, people. No, everybody did. Nobody watched me back in August or December. Nobody watched me. So instead of doing research, right, like a person would do if you're investigating something, you would actually do research, and you would have researched, and you would have found way back then in the title of a video says, I talk about Wade Wilson, and then I said within that title, he might give me an interview. Yeah. And then the second one, I talk about him again to people on the panel. But no, these people don't know how to do research. They just like to harass people. They think they can scare people. They don't care if they harm people or innocent people because of what they think. They're sick. They're sick. You're a gifted patriot. What? You did? You can do that? Oh, you're so sweet. Don't mix up photos. I swear I had put my glasses on. Seriously, woman. I found you thanks to MJ. I know. I love MJ. I consider her a friend. You know, she's a great creator. I've known her a long time, since her Gannon case. Her and Alex are very sweet. And and I will have to say this, out of everybody after what I went through with Jesse, it was MJ, Alex, and YouTube Streets that helped me out. Yep. Even though I feel disrespected by YouTube Streets now, very. I would never do that to a guest. I would have never let a chat talk to my guests like that, ever. I have before turned off chat for a guest. I am. I am. I'm all over the place. I'm a polygamist. I'm a lot of inmates wipe. Yeah. Everybody have because nobody know how to do research. I'm not saying you do. The people that are trying to make something more than what it is. They don't know how to do research. They would have found those videos. They would have found them. But they're on Patreon if you want to hear me talk about my conversation with Wade Wilson. Haha, you don't got me, dummies. And yes, 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 that's how I feel. There I go. I can't talk. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I don't miss anything. Well, yeah, a lot. I miss the drama. I try to tell people don't send me any of that shit my way. I deleted them myself. YouTube treat suck men with mouth. They talk about us chicks, but damn, those dudes are nasty. You know what? I really like Plug. Everybody knows that. And I always say that. I'm just really disappointed because they let other people on the panel to talk to me. I don't want to say call me out. For me to correct a statement. They let the chat talk about me and have my name in their chat when I didn't want my name out there in the public domain, and that's how it's been ever since I've been on the internet. I don't care if it's a first, I don't care if it's a nickname, I don't care if it's my last name, nada, nothing. Shame on them all. A lot of people did. I think people are in two different channels again. They think saying you're a government name, they're ugly. They're all ugly and gross. God don't like ugly. And there's karma too. All this ugly you're doing on people is going to come back to you. I don't know if you believe in that. The link I sent you last week worked, right? People are sending me stuff, and I tell them not to, but some just love me as a person. And it's like everywhere. And it's like, why? Why? You came in the middle of July. I watched everyone, everything, heard it then. So it's insult for YouTube Street. Boys talk it out online. Yeah. So yeah, if you want to hear the big thing, people, go to my Patreon. You people that are attacking me and thinking that you got me, because you don't got me. And if you knew how to do research, you would have found those videos where I talked about Wade Wilson in my communication. Dumbasses. I know you do, and that's cool. Anybody can talk to whoever they want, do what they want, because I'm not that type of person. This is just my feelings and what I dealt with being on that panel. Once I really got to sit there and think about it. Yeah. My son told me he will help me. Oh, you must be having a conversation with somebody. I try to be. Sometimes I'm not. I don't intentionally try to hurt people. If I feel I did wrong or I messed up, I go live and I correct myself, correct my statements. That's what I do. You got suspended for why? What'd you do, KV? Are you over there causing problems? I don't go on there, so. These people must not have a life, for real. If they could spend all day, all night like this, sick, 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 sick. Imagine that. I'm sorry. Oh, my throat. One of them has left, I think, and starting his own platform. I read somewhere today. You know what I think? I think Plug should do his own thing. Because this YouTube Street channel he's got, and he says he does own that, it's going to be the downfall of him. Just saying. With the kind of people he has in the chat and how he lets them attack people like that, not good. Not good. They're good at what they do. They have really good how they put a video together. I like how they do it. It's like their editing is really good. But I think Plug should go on his own and do his own thing. He reckons he will leave a dent of the 4. I don't know. I know. Why didn't his mods take him out? I don't know. I don't know. I want to look to see if there's any updates. Let's see. Oh, trial's just starting in Arizona, ain't it? Let's look. Hold on a minute. Hold up. Oh, I thought Lori got into it with the judge again. She didn't. Oh God, are you freaking kidding me? This is sick. Why are you people? Hold on a minute. I gotta call something out. I can't be having this. This is not cool. Hold on a minute. Oh my God. Hold on. Sorry. All right, here we go. I don't know who this is. Miss somebody? I think it's crappy that those of us who paid for a membership can't watch the things you put on Patreon. We were misled. It leaves me with a sour taste in my mouth. I'm glad my membership is up in a couple days. Let me tell you something. You can thank the people around because I lost my membership. There's nothing I can do about it. Out of my hands. YouTube took it away. What part of that don't you understand? And don't come back. And don't come back. And do you think I'm going to put any more Wade Wilson stuff out there when they're taking my stuff down? Think about it. Do you have a channel? We're going to look right now. You see the kind of crap I got to deal with? I mean, give me you guys this opinion. What would you do if your stuff's getting reported, your Wade Wilson stuff? Would you put it on private and let no one ever watch it? Or will you put it on a platform if people want to watch it? They have the choice. Their feelings got hurt. I know. She better knock it off. Listen, she better knock it off. Are you a sugar mama? She's a sugar baby. Oh my God, Nala. Stop that. You know better. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Come here, sweet girl. Sorry. Nala's a protector of the house. Did Nala scare you? My sweet little girl, Nala. You know what she does? She'll sit there and bark, right? Like that. But as soon as she sees you, she's jumping up and wants to be held. It's crazy. Yeah. Because I lost everything for 3 months. I lost memberships. I lost, what else did I lose? Memberships. I lost any goals I wanted to do. Yeah. Nothing's monetized. So there's that. Sorry, I was looking at something. I always gotta stick up for myself. You know what I mean? If you're gonna let everybody walk all over you, well then, you better get off YouTube, right? Just saying wave waves are just nervous wreck because they know what assholes they made themselves on the internet for, of someone who took away Diana Christine in real life, right? All right, I'm going to get going. I want to thank everybody for coming through. We will continue this Lori Vallow stuff. There's a lot more to come, and Karen Reed. And we're going to do a movie tonight. I don't know what, but we'll figure it out. I would just ignore it, but I don't know if I could. It's hard. Well, yeah, when they're saying I'm deceiving people, but they're not listening to the part that they're making me lose stuff. Why would I keep my Wade Wilson stuff public when they're trying to take everything down? It don't make sense, people. Why would I do that? So if they want to watch anything, they go to Patreon, and there's that. I don't know what movie yet, but we'll figure it out. They're saying used to be. Yeah. Okay. We will figure it out. I'll put a link, or I'll put a pull up or whatever on my can't even think. There goes my thinking now. On my community wall of choices of what to watch. Okay, and I appreciate everybody who subscribed. If you're not, like my channel or not, but thank you for being here. Love you all.